Dear people of Hamburg, we, the project Migrants for Migrants, would like to provide you answers for the most asked questions regarding vaccinations on behalf of the Social Security Office. Questions and answers about vaccination. First, why should I get vaccinated? The coronavirus is very contagious. You can also infect friends and family members. The disease progresses differently in people. Some do not notice that they are sick. Others get so sick that they have to go to the hospital. And people can die from it too. Vaccination protects against a severe corona disease and probably also prevents us from passing the disease on to others. When many people get vaccinated, the restrictions can be mitigated. Then you can, for example, meet again with friends or do sports together. The vaccination is voluntary and free of charge. You can decide for yourself if you want to get vaccinated. Second, is the vaccination dangerous? Vaccines can have side effects. For example, you can experience a sore arm where the needle went in, or tiredness, a headache, fever, or nausea. Side effects are a normal reaction of the body and indicate that the body does respond to the vaccination. If you are not feeling well, call your doctor. The doctor will tell you what to do. With vector vaccines, like AstraZeneca, for example, you may feel a little sick after the first vaccination. With mRNA vaccines, such as BioNTech or Moderna, you tend to feel ill after the second vaccination. The AstraZeneca vaccine may have been caused on very rare occasions in younger people constipation and led to blood clotting disorder, thrombosis of the veins in the brain. That's why this vaccine is currently only administered to people over the age of 60. Third, what kind of vaccines are there? There are currently two different types of vaccines against the coronavirus: mRNA and vector vaccines. mRNA has nothing to do with the DNA of human beings. mRNA vaccines stimulate the body's own immune response. These vaccines contain information from messenger RNA, including the blueprint or code of a specific virus threat, virus antigen. The information enables the body to produce this antigen on its own. mRNA transfers the information for the production of the antigen to our cell machinery that makes proteins. Cells in our body then present the antigen on their surface and thus trigger the desired specific immune response. When the body comes into contact with the virus, the immune system recognizes the specific antigen and can fight the virus and thus the infection quickly and in targeted manner. Vector vaccines use a modified version of a different virus to deliver important instructions to our cells. The vaccines consist of so-called vector viruses. The vector virus in question is a well-studied virus that cannot replicate. They are not live vaccines. The vector virus contains and transports the genetic information for a single protein of the coronavirus, the so-called spike protein. The COVID-19 vector vaccines do not contain replicable vaccine viruses, which means that vaccinated persons cannot transmit vaccine viruses to other persons. Then the information transported by the vector virus is not integrated into the human genome after vaccination, but after entry is read in cells, primarily in muscle cells at the vaccination site and in certain immune cells, whereupon such cells then produce the spike protein themselves. The spike proteins thus generated by the body of the vaccinated person are recognized as foreign proteins by the immune system. As a result, antibodies and immune cells are produced against the spike protein of the virus. This produces a protective immune response. The Robert Koch Institute, or RKI, delivers multilingual information sheets about the two types of vaccines available. The information is very easy to understand. Please use the links below for more information. RKI Informationsmaterial zum Impfen, Aufklärungsmerkblatt zur Covid-19-Impfung mit Vektorimpfstoff, or RKI Informationsmaterial zum Impfen, Aufklärungsmerkblatt zur Covid-19-Impfung mit mRNA-Impfstoff. COVID-19 vaccines require 2 doses because the second dose helps to better reinforce the immune system. 2 weeks after the second dose is administered, the vaccine will be effective. Fourth, where will I get my coronavirus vaccination? In Hamburg, you can be vaccinated in one of the vaccination centers. You can come to the Central Vaccination Center at Messehallen, the exhibition halls, or contact your doctor currently administering the vaccine. Also, you may be able to get the vaccine in some clinics. Vaccination is only possible by appointment. If you belong to the group of persons who can currently receive a vaccination against coronavirus, you can call the hotline 116177 or make an appointment online www.impftermin.de/Impftermine. You can bring assistance with you if you need. You do not have to register an accompanying person in advance. If you don't speak or understand German, you can bring a German-speaking person to the vaccination appointment so that all questions can be answered on the spot. If this is not possible, you can make a registration at the email address inquiries@hamburg-impft.de, stating the language, and the vaccination appointment at least 3 days before the vaccination appointment in order to get the assistance of language mediation centers. Fifth, do I still have to wear a mask after the vaccination? Do the corona rules still apply to me after vaccination? Even if you are vaccinated, you must continue to comply with existing hygiene regulations because the protection from the virus is not available immediately. People who have been vaccinated must also continue to comply with the existing hygiene regulations. By wearing a mask and keeping distance and complying hygiene rules, you can protect friends and family members from getting infected. Sixth, when can I get vaccinated? The following population groups are currently eligible to receive the coronavirus vaccine. The top priority group to be vaccinated are elderly and sick people and those cared for in inpatient nursing homes and people who work in these settings. Visit the link to find out when your turn is. https://www.hamburg.de/corona-vaccination. Unfortunately, the page is currently only in German.